Davido.
Thank you. What's up?
Welcome back. Last time we were together, you were with me in like a tiny little
Yeah,
room.
no crowd. I'm happy to see people. What's up?
Right?
I was like, finally, people.
Yeah, people. Yeah. You were celebrating people as well. I think since I've seen you, you went and sold out the O2 Arena again in the UK. Congratulations on that.
Thank you.
You know, you're back on the road. You're back out there.
My favorite part of being an artist and musician has always been performing, being on the road.
Yeah.
And for that to be taken away from me, it was really, really sad. But we're happy that, restrictions are, everything's getting back to normal.
Slowly but surely, yeah.
We can do our full capacity shows. We can have a beautiful crowd like this over here today.
Was there anything weird that happened to you? You know, I know a lot of performers, when they came back, it was like a shock for them. Like some athletes would talk about how they weren't used to a crowd cheering. Some people would talk like, did you have anything like that?
Yes, especially like I was out in the UAE, right?
Yeah.
And then obviously I'm used to having thousands and thousands of people in the crowd.
Right.
And then they booked us for a show, but the restrictions was that they can be at the show, but there has to be like space between the tables, but they can't stand up. And most of my songs is dancing songs. So it's like, so I remember, and guess what? I remember, so I'm performing, and it's like they want to get up, but they just looking at me. So I'm like, yo, I can't, this is so boring. So I went on the table, and I'm telling everybody, stand up. They're like, so I remember after the show, I got in trouble with the promoter got in trouble because I wasn't even meant to get that close. But performing, engagement with the crowd is like 80% that gives the artist the energy.
It gives you the life, it gives you the feeling, it gives you the whole...
I just went back this time, I was in there like... Whoa,
everybody stood up.
Everybody.
They were like, we're going to stand up for last time. We're going to make up for it. By the way, happy belated birthday since I've seen you. You turned 29 in
yes,
it was November. Yeah.
Yes.
Can I just say, this is one of the craziest and most magical things I've ever seen in my life. So I know you started this as a joke, but you, for your birthday,
yes,
you posted your Venmo to social media.
Yes. Let me tell you what happened.
Okay, tell me what happened. Tell me what happened.
So,
I'll tell you what the story was, and then you'll tell me what happened. So the story was, Davido posted his Venmo to social media and was like, everybody give me money for my birthday, right? And then people sent $500,000. Yeah. So and then you were like, because I want to rescue my Rolls Royce. Which
I shipped it. I bought a Rolls Royce.
Okay. So let's start the story. Let me tell the story. Yeah. Okay, go.
So it was two things. I really wanted this watch for my birthday, and I wanted like my management and my like personal team to get it.
Okay.
So it started off as, David wants this watch. Let's all put in money.
Yeah.
And then by mistake, my manager sends one of the messages to me. So I'm like, what watch? So that was dead. That was dead. So, and then after I was like, yo, actually, we should, because I'm the one that's always giving.
Right.
I'm never really the one to receive presents. I'm the one always giving presents. I'm the one always making sure that everybody is okay.
Right.
So I'm like, this year I'm putting myself first. You feel me? So me and my friend was in the balcony. I was like, yo, should I put my account and see if that shit, if it gets lit?
Yeah.
He said, I said, I have one account I don't really use like that. And the balance on that account was like 0. I'm telling you, 0. So I tweeted, I was like, I just shipped a Rolls Royce to Nigeria. So the price of the car is basically the same when you're trying to clear it. So
because it doubles in many countries.
If you buy, like in SA2.
Yes.
So if you buy a car, $500,000, to get it off the ship back home, you're paying like another $400,000. Because of the taxes.
Yeah, because of the import
like
taxes,
that.
yeah.
So I'm like, I'm about to just have my fans give me money and then I'm gonna go ship to get the car out. So I put it up.
Because you got to free the Rolls Royce, obviously.
I put it up 2 minutes, equivalent to dollar. I'm gonna say the amount in dollars. 20,000 in like 7 minutes. I'm like, ah. And then I went to go take a shower. I come back, it's like 70,000. I'm like. So you know what I started doing? I started calling out people, like famous people, like, hey, come on, I gave you a hit song last year. Come on. I'm like, everybody I'm like, everybody I've helped, whichever way. That's why this tour is called We Rise by Lifting Others. Everybody that helped in every way, just donate money to me. And it came up to, I was scared. It came up to how much? 600,000.
600,000.
600,000. And at this point, I'm like, can I keep this? You feel me? Like, so much is going on in the world. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't be that insensitive. And I just felt, you know, I spoke to my dad. He's my mentor.
Yeah.
I pick up the phone. Hey, son, you know, we can't keep that money, right? I was like, we think the same. Like, you know, I was already thinking that. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, people, even though, like, people were like, nah, a lot of people was like, no, keep it. You've done so much for the community.
Can I tell you, like, it's funny you say that, because, like, one thing that I've learned around the world, Nigerians love giving people money, especially when they've done something they like. Like, I remember, like, I did a comedy show once in South Africa, and you just do the show and then you're done. And then after the show, a Nigerian guy came up to me afterwards, and he was like, Trevor, that was one of the funniest shows I've ever seen. And then he shook my hand, and it was just a wad of cash. And I was like, no, what is happening here? And he was like, that's for a good show. I was like, they pay me already. He's like, no. So I can see it. So
So what we did, you know, I woke up the next day reflecting, you know what I'm saying, and I just reflected my whole life and how God has blessed me so much. And, you know, we decided, you know, as a family and as a team, you know, to donate all $600,000 to orphanages around Nigeria.
Ah, my man.
And
I love that.
Yeah, it was crazy. So we, just for accountability. You know, just for accountability, it took like 2 months. You know, we have to know which orphanage is real. I had to send people to each, like, every orphanage.
To make sure there's actually an orphanage there.
Yes, you know what I'm saying? So it was taking like 2 months, right? Then I started getting tweets like, man, this dude kept it, bro. He still got that money. Because, like, after that, I bought like 2 more cars.
And then people were like, those are the cars
I bought a Lamborghini, and but that was just my money. The people were like, yep, that's it, that's it.
Now your fans are seeing you in the streets.
Yeah, but after 2 months, I did a spreadsheet, you know, and I had, you know, everything was accountability. Every wire that we did, every money that we spent, you know, went to that cause. And I'm happy that in my lifetime I got to do that, you know, and to be remembered for that. It's
fun, man. I like that. I like that. You know, a joke that turned into something big and then you brought it back around. I also like that there's some fans who are going to see you now driving your car and they'll be like, those are my wheels.
You know, listen. I was saying that, I was like, that's how I'll be driving this car. I'm like, now, is it not us that bought the car for you?
That's not your car, that's our car.
That's our car.
That is our car.
Hey, move on, I'm getting in.
Let's talk about the tour, man. Like you said, you told me about the title, and you know, you've really been an artist who has gone from just making hit songs that are fun to hit songs that are fun and also have a meaning behind them. Your new single, Stand Strong, has inspired people. It becomes an anthem. You know, this happened obviously in Nigeria as well with NSARS. Why Stand Strong, and then why the new tour name? Because I like this idea that you have in and around music.
Okay, let me start with Stand Strong. You know, obviously, like, people know me. My music makes people smile and move. You know what I'm saying? But this time, I was really inspired. Like, a couple years ago, Kanye West and the Sunday Service Choir, they actually did a remix to my song.
Wow.
If, you know, in If, I'm saying, I love you. There's nothing, but they changed it to Jesus. I love you. You see Kanye there like,
was that? I didn't know that was a remix of the song.
Yes, that was like the remix. So since then, I've always wanted an opportunity to, you know, be able to perform with them. And then Kanye West was doing his listening party in the Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta.
Yes.
Where he had all that. And then I met Jason, met the choir. We flew out to LA. I was like, yo, how can we connect this African music with this beautiful thing you guys are doing? And also, I wanted to challenge myself. You know, to make different kind of music.
I love that, man.
We came together and it's all bliss.
It's beautiful, man. It's beautiful. The tour has a great message. You're going to be in Brooklyn. You're going to be in Boston. You got all the tour dates online.
Yes.
Congratulations on everything. Great seeing you again.
Yes, sir.
This is great.
With the tour, I want to say this.
Okay, with the tour, yeah.
Yes, so with the tour, We Rise by Lifting Others. It's basically me not only bringing myself to the America, also bringing everything else, African food, African fashion. This was done by an African designer.
On the tour, you're only wearing African designers, right?
And my cast beats, I'm only wearing African designers. I'm only eating African food. I'm having African chefs come in, do food backstage.
Wow.
African dancing. So it's not just only me. So we coming together, we rise and we taking everybody with us.
Man, that is a beautiful message.
Thank you.
And yet you brought me no jollof. to the show. We'll talk about it next time. We'll talk about it next time. Good seeing you. Congratulations. And an amazing tour. Stand Strong is out now, and so are tickets for We Rise by Lifting Others. That's the tour. Make sure to get it.